Hey guys, it's Kristen. Okay, so today is May 8th and it is 2:18 p.m. You think I'd already know these things, and I'm just so I know I said I was gonna get on Friday. I've just had other, I think this is just kind of my thing that I'm gonna have to figure out. Like I said, I'm still trying to like figure things out on how I'm gonna do all of this. Um, I had to take my youngest son, Wolf, to the hearing specialist to get his ears checked because he's been kind of having some ear infections. And he had one that was kind of like, it just wouldn't go away. And he was on 5 rounds of antibiotics, like back to back. And so it was kind of a little concerning. And I was in there with him when he was getting the hearing test done, and it was obvious that it was not good. And he's going to need tubes put in his ears, which, of course, that's not really that big of a deal. But for somebody like me who went through septic shock and double pneumonia and went through PTSD from that for a little while, surgery really is something that, even if it's like minor and it's not anything, crazy, it's still something that's it's a very touchy thing for me. And, uh, it's just one of those things where, yeah, you know, it's going to be a little bit difficult to, go through that. And then plus when it's your own kid, it's it's harder. It's harder to have your kids go through things like that. And also, what is it? Mother's Day is coming up. I think is it this weekend? Shit, I don't know. I didn't. But my mom's birthday is on the 11th. So Thursday. So yeah, Thursdays would be would have been my mom's birthday. So today's video, and yeah, hopefully this isn't annoying. I just decided to put on some like bracelets because I thought, why not? But yeah, I have my mom here with me. She's over here today, and in today's video, she's here today. I mean, she's always here, but you know what I mean. She wanted to be in the video today. But yeah, no, yeah, so I just was kind of busy with that, and then with my kids. And I've been having behavioral issues with Wiley, and that's been something that has been taking a lot of time and energy with. So that's kind of my main priority right now is with them. Like I said, I'm still gonna do at least one video a week. It is what it is, and I just do what I can. I'm putting, and this is crazy because this is also, the lunar eclipse, and I'm taking these bracelets off because they're annoying me now. But yeah, this is like what we're all going through collectively, is figuring out, what is, most important in our lives, and what we need to be doing. Like, especially with Taurus, because I'm Taurus moon. So I have one of the best moons. No, but really I do. Taurus moon is all about feeling and the smell and the touch, and it's also the hard work. What has manifested, or what is it that you've been working on the last 18 months that's basically in your life that you've manifested or worked on? That's kind of where you should be putting your time and effort, and keep growing and keep nurturing that too, because Taurus is also is like a nurturing kind of sign, but it, a lot of people would disagree with that, but it really is. It's that hard work, working hard for something that you wanted to manifest or wanted into your life or wanted to basically have, like my children. I've just been continuing to work with my children, being there for them, uh, everything, like everything a mother should be doing. That's kind of that's been one of the hardest but best things in my life. It really is. And it's sad that it seems like I wouldn't say maybe a lot of millennials, but I would say mainly Gen Zs. I don't know who's under Gen Zs now, what they're called, but, and then maybe some millennials, but that don't think that being a mom or having that family dynamic is special, or that it's not that great. To me, it's kind of sad that, that's where a lot of people are at, where they don't want to have kids, or they think kids are a nuisance. And that's a big problem with, parents, and especially moms, that we don't get a lot of support. Really, we don't get any support. If we do, it's, very, very, very breadcrumbs, basically. But motherhood has taught me a lot of things. And honestly, motherhood has saved me from who I was before, because who I was before was not, to me, I think I was not a very, I mean, I feel like I pretty much have been a good person, but before kids, I was not where I'm at now. And I was not, I was always nurturing, caring, and loving, and helped other people besides myself. But I was not where I'm at now, I guess. I would say I was very emotionally unavailable, or very didn't want any vulnerability, kind of one of those people that are like, hey, I need someone, but then like get away from me, and I also don't want you near me. It's so it really just, now it's more of, I am more aware of, I'm just more aware, and I'm more eager to be vulnerable and talk about things and not be emotionally unavailable, because that, it's weird. Now I don't want any of that kind of shit. If there's no intimacy and anything, I'm out. Like, no thanks. I don't want that. But yeah. Whoa. So yeah, so anyways, it's been a crazy, 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 crazy time. And also being busy, just busy doing a lot. Like, I don't have any time to escape. And anybody who is Pisces, or I mean, really has Pisces in their chart, but it depends on where Pisces is in their chart. But since I'm a Pisces sun, I don't know. Oh, and my Pisces, my midheaven's Pisces. And you know what's crazy, real quick, is I checked in my younger brother's chart, Josh, the other day, because I was looking through to see like the relevancies of how our charts are together. But I did not know that my brother Josh, that his midheaven is in Pisces. And I was just, it makes so much sense now why me and him get along. So like, it's just crazy. I was kind of shocked by that because it makes sense since he's a guitarist and he plays and he does music and everything like that. And then I was a dancer. I did music. I've done art, gone to school for graphics design, and now doing videos. And it just makes sense. So Midheaven and Pisces is a very hard, it's very hard and tough midheaven to have, which is for your career. Midheaven would be what you do for your career, and midheaven and Pisces, you can't do anything that is not what you love, because if you don't love what you do, it's not going to work out. And also, it is a very hard midheaven to have because you can't think about materialistic stuff. That's out of the window. So if you're only thinking about money, then that's kind of gone. So that one's a little bit hard because it's mainly a sacrifice. You have to sacrifice yourself for other people. And that just depends on what it is. It's just a lot different. And it's different for everybody who has their midheaven and where, whatever sign and all of that. And then some people can have it and then they're a different house too. It doesn't have to be the 10th house, but yeah. Anyways, so I completely forgot what I was talking about. But no, yeah, so busy. And I have not been able to like escape. I like to, and I know everybody always says shit about Pisces and daydreaming. Fuck off, okay? Because that's where I get all of my ideas and my like work is from actually going and daydreaming, and that's where I get it. That's like where I get my inspiration, my ideas, my everything. It's crazy. And I used to think that that was such a bad thing whenever I was younger. I thought I was weird. And I mean, I kind of am a little bit weird, but I feel like in a good way. Uh, but yeah, I would always kind of get frustrated if I couldn't have, like, if I didn't have time to go do that, like go be alone and like zone out, daydream, and get my ideas. And yeah, now is a time of like working and doing instead of daydreaming. So it's been a little, I wouldn't say it's been hard, because I've been doing things for myself that are more physical and working, and like I said, going to the gym. I've been going to the gym every day except for on the weekends. And I make myself go now. But the funny thing is now I want to go. Like I don't want to miss the gym. There may be a few days if I don't feel well or if I'm feeling kind of off that I don't want to, but I still make myself go. But now it's funny that I actually want to go now. It's make a habit. But yeah, so when I don't have time to do that and daydream and go off into my little like other world, and literally my other world, then it is a little bit rough, I guess. Sometimes I'm used to it now because before I had kids, I had plenty of time. I could go by myself, be by myself, daydream for hours. literally for hours. And, people would be like, hey, like, you want to hang out? And a lot of times I'd be like, yeah, maybe for a little bit, but then I want to be by myself because I want to, you know, one, I like being by myself, and two, I like to daydream too. So, and a lot of people don't resonate with that because a lot of people, they don't, I don't know. Maybe a lot of people do, but a lot of people that I know that have been in my life and around me are daydreamers. They're daydreamers. They're really big daydreamers. There's some people though that they're not, they won't admit it, or they'll admit it, but they're not, they do it in a different way than I do, I guess. And so I totally understand if there's somebody around me or a friend or whoever, and they're like, hey, like, I already know if they, I can already tell, and I already know when they don't want to be, like, they want to be by themselves. They're done hanging out. They're done. Like, I already know. There's things I already know that is, it's weird. There's things I already know that are going to happen, and that happen like later on, but I know they're going to happen. If that makes sense. I don't know. It's a weird thing where it I use my intuition a lot, to where if I have a feeling about something, it is almost always right. Or there's times where it is wrong, but most of the time it's right. And then there's times like with people, like if I'm around you enough or know you a good decent like amount of time, I can tell there's something going on. Like I can feel it. One, I can feel it, and I can feel your energy, and I just know. I just know if there's something off with somebody, if there's something going on, if there's just, I can already tell. And I feel like that's one of my gifts too, is to be able to feel that and know, and figure out what that person needs from me. If it is just a conversation, if it's just like a good cry, or fucking listen to music and chill out and talk, whatever. So, yeah, it's also a time right now where, you know, I think like with Pluto and Aquarius, Pluto and Aquarius is very different. And it's funny how I feel like finally, like, it's hard to explain. I feel like I'm finally in my own place, because I've always felt different and odd, and just kind of ahead of other people. So it was a lot harder for me in Pluto and Capricorn to, I guess, do life in general, whether it was friendships, relationships, uh, family, any of it. Like it was very hard, because I feel like now in Pluto and Aquarius, I feel like now with this energy, this is how I've always been. And so I feel fucking great. Like I feel great. Like I feel awesome. And I'm starting to see people who unfortunately are not doing good in this new energy. And now it's kind of my turn to help you guys, or whoever's, not feeling great right now in this energy, through that. And like I said, that's like being yourself. And it doesn't matter whether or not, that was weird. It doesn't matter whether or not, you're awkward, uh, different, weird, it doesn't matter, because that's the whole point, is being yourself, is learning that you need to be okay with being yourself, and accepting that, and accepting who you are as a person, and accepting the dark side of yourself as well, and knowing that and expressing that too, because we all have shit in our closets that we don't want to admit or say, but we, have to accept that that's part of us, and that's who we are. And it's just one of those things where, my brain today is just all over the place today. It's just one of those things too, like, I'll say this as an example, because this is something that I just recently did, because I'm not gonna say this because my brother just had his birthday and I didn't want to like say what I was doing because I'm one of those people that are, very, I like to help everybody out that's around me that I love and care for. And so I have found out that Godsmack was having a concert. What was it? I think it's with Bad Omens and also with I Prevail. I want to say, maybe not, I don't know. But people that know me and know Josh and my mom remember that, Godsmack was the last concert that we went to with my mom. And I'm like trying not to cry right now. Yeah, so it's funny how that even happened in the first place, because my mom didn't like Godsmack for a while, for a long time. I think it was Josh and Matt were listening to Godsmack, and my mom didn't like them just because of the name, because all the religious stuff and all of that. And so, and I don't know what happened, but one day it's all of a sudden she loves Godsmack. And maybe it's because she finally gave him a chance and listened to the music instead of just her being herself and saying no because of something. So fine, one day, she loves Godsmack. She's listening to them, and we're all like, we told you so. And me and her were hanging out one day, and she's talking to me, and she's like, oh yeah, Godsmack's having a concert here and Be Okay in like 3 months, or I think it was like maybe around that time. And then she at that time didn't have the money or whatever. And at that time I had, extra money to spend. And so I was like, you know what, let me look up these tickets, see how much they are. And so I found out like I could get the tickets, like I could buy 2 tickets and get tickets for my mom and I. And I didn't hesitate to buy those tickets because my mom was in remission at that time. And I knew that could be the last time that I do something like that with my mom. And that is something that we as my family cherish a lot, is going to concerts or even going to the house and blasting music and hanging out and talking and just being together. And I didn't hesitate to buy those tickets. And it's crazy how the events even unfolded during that time, because that was also when the concert was going on. That was 2 weeks after I got out of the hospital from septic shock. And I was still extremely sick. And it's funny because in those pictures with my mom and I don't look sick. I don't look sick at all. I look great. I'm not even gonna lie. I look good. But I was also really, really skinny. I was like 120, and I have not been that weight in like years. And but you wouldn't have known that I was that sick. And it was still hard for me to walk a certain distance, but I was not going to miss that concert with my mom. And I was really sick, but I was not going to miss that concert with my mom. And we fucking went. And thank you for my cousin Rachel, because she works at the BOK and she's a bartender, one of the bartenders there and she was working at the suites that time. And she let us know, like, hey, you can come up here, like there's extra seats and you can come sit at the suite. And she's like, and then I'll also give you a drink. And I was singing, my mom's like, hell yeah, takes a drink. And I was singing because I was told, don't drink at all, because if you have pneumonia, like that's not good. But at the time I was thinking, I was like, you only live once and you never know when you're gonna, die. So fuck it. And I was like, I'll take a drink. So, me and my mom, together, sickly people. And, and we just fucking had amazing time. And it reminded me of like those old times before she was sick. So it was a really good experience to have that with my mom. And I'll forever cherish that too, because that was also one of my favorite concerts was going to that one. I've gone to so many concerts, but yeah. So anyways, I didn't know that they were having a concert in Oklahoma City on the 12th. And I thought, how fucking crazy is that? Because that's the day after my mom's birthday. And I just sent a message and I was like, fuck it, and who knows, like it may or may not work. Like it may, like if it does, awesome. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And that's kind of a timing right now for everybody. Like, there's going to be times like in Pluto and Aquarius, like you take the fucking gamble, just fucking go for it. If it feels right, go for it. If it doesn't, don't. But if it feels right and it feels like it's the right thing to do and you feel good about it, then fucking go for it and just do it. And you never know. It may work, it may not work. And that's it. Like that's it. No, but yeah, so I kind of gave that away, even though I was supposed to keep that a secret. But my brother doesn't even watch my videos anyway, so it's not like he's gonna find out. But no, I really wanted to do that because my brother, he needs to have good influences in the industry because he's in it. And even though he's not actively fully involved yet in like a band or something yet, he will be. And that's the thing is, people may think I'm crazy. I don't give a fuck. I've always said this anyways. I knew when my brother picked up the guitar at 11, I already knew he was going to go somewhere and he was going to be big. And it's funny just to see it all happen anyways, because I already knew. And I already said this for years. And he just needs good people in his life in that area to help him and to give him that advice and to give him that help if he, the help of just making sure he doesn't make a mistake or make a wrong decision. And that's the only reason I did that, was because one, it was his birthday on the 3rd. And two, it's weird because of all the timing and everything of it. And three, I care for people around me. And I always feel like I was meant to always be that nurturer and that the one to help others. And I've known this, but once I got into astrology, it was even more of a confirmation of what I already knew of what I meant to do in this life and what I'm supposed to do and be involved with. And not only basically get people to where they need to go and be, but it also gets me in a place where I'm supposed to be too, if that makes sense. But my main priority is to make sure the people around me are taken care of and that they know that they're loved and supported. And it doesn't matter whether or not if I have that in my life. That's not the point. The point is that's what I'm called to do and that's what I'll do. And I'm not going to question it. And right now, that's we're all at that right now. And we're all going into this new place where we've never been before. We're all going to meet the people that are supposed to be a part of our journey in our lives during this time in Pluto and Aquarius. And we're all hopefully going in the right direction of where we are supposed to go. And a lot of people are not going to or want to or feel the need to speak up about things, but that's okay. I honestly did not think that I was ever going to do videos like this at all. I did not ever see myself doing videos ever. I always saw myself doing like dance or maybe a dance choreographer or something artistic, but never videos or talking or speaking, I guess, because I've always been thwarted in my speech. And that makes sense because I've got Mercury square my North Node and South Node. That's the biggest thing though that I have to get through is that. But yeah, it's just those chances that you're gonna have to take. You're gonna be like, okay, casino. It's like casino time, it's if it feels good, go for it. If it doesn't, don't. That's what I've always said to people too. It's honestly not that hard. It really isn't. But at the same time too, a lot of people are not used to this energy, this kind of energy. And a lot of people are so thrown off by someone who is very open, very just puts it out there. And sometimes I may come off a little weird sometimes if I am meeting someone or I don't know them or what is it? Especially with writing. I've always wanted to write a book, but I feel like I would have to speak the words to have it written for me because I'm not a very good writer. That's not my strong suit. My strong suit is not really writing at all. So I just don't think I maybe come off the right way with writing. So it's just better to call me or ask questions. I send you something that's like, what the fuck? Or why did you say that? Or why was that necessary? But you know what? I'm being myself. And that's the whole point is that's all I can be. I can only be myself. And that's what I am hoping that you guys will start doing. And it doesn't matter what anybody thinks or says, fucking do you. Just do you. And if somebody has a fucking problem with it or with you, bye. Bye. I mean, if they can't support you or be there for you or give off any of energy back towards you at all, they can't be in your life. And Pluto and Aquarius too, that's like they're gone anyways. Like they will be taken out. Anything that is not supposed to be in your life or anything that is not whatever if you are doing something you are not supposed to be doing, you'll know. You'll know. And so I hope you guys are doing the things that you feel you should be doing. And if you are having feelings or intuition or knowing of something that you want to do or should be doing, but you're not doing it, or you're like contemplating, and if it's something that you have to let go that is hard to let go or you don't want to let go, you're going to have to let it go, because you wouldn't be having that or those feelings if that they were supposed to be there or that was supposed to happen or whatever. It doesn't matter. Whoever, a person, place, thing, if they are meant or that was meant to be or whatever it is in your life, if it is not supposed to be there, like if it is not supposed to be, it will not be. And if you do something and it doesn't happen, and that also depends on what it is, most of the time, it's not meant to happen. Especially right now during this time, especially if it's something that you've been working on for a while and it hasn't happened, and then it probably wasn't meant to happen. But at the same time, I always do believe, though, that God has the last say in what happens in your life and the timing, because you can always look at astrology and you can look, okay, I've got these transits, I've got this going on. But just because you've got something that you think is going to happen or go on in astrology doesn't mean that that's really what's going to happen either. That it's a good indicator of collectively and for yourself, the energy wise. But I always believe that God has the say in what happens and who can be in your life, what can happen in your life, where you're going or when you're going to move forward. That's what I'm trying to say. This is what's happening. I move my arms a lot, but like I don't know where I'm supposed to put them here. And like work on yourself, like do the things that you need to do. Like Taurus right now is like busy. And then we're also going into retrogrades now for the rest of the year. So if you didn't do anything the last 88 days, you're going to have to wait till next year, unfortunately. Or at least for the next 6 months, you're going to have to deal with retrogrades. And it's going to be a lot harder. It's going to be a lot harder to do things. So from my experience, and what I can say now during this time is just go for whatever you need to do that feels right. Try to do less of the things that you know that maybe distract you or get you off of what you're supposed to be doing. And yeah, maybe go do something different or try something new. Or like I said, take a gamble on something, see what happens. That's the whole point. It's kind of fun sometimes to see if, something happens in life. And you never know. You never know where it can lead you, where you would go. Because for me personally, I'd rather do something and go for something than just sit there and go, well, what if they think I'm weird? What if this person doesn't like me? Or what if this person, or what if it doesn't work? Or what if it doesn't happen? Or what it's a bunch of what ifs. But really, the whole point is, but what if it does work? What if it did get you to where you needed to go? What if it was a yes, but you sat there and didn't do it because of fear? So my whole point is too, I'd rather go for it and just be like, fuck it, let's just see, than to sit there and continue to sit around and be like, well, this, that, and that. And then down the line go, well, what if I did do that? And what if it did lead me to something better or something like, so just think about that, because I did that for 3 years with these videos. Is I sat there, I kept sitting there, and I had the thought put in my head. It was during the time, like I said, it was during the times that the podcasts were like coming out, being big, and it was like boop, like it popped in my head. And it was just, all it was you need to do podcasts and talk. And I was like questioning, like, but what do I talk about? What am I supposed to do? Like, it didn't resonate. Like I just didn't know. And I sat around for 3 years and made excuses. And I was like, well, what if it doesn't go anywhere? What if it doesn't happen? And I did that shit. And I'm telling you guys, don't do that. If you have a good feeling about something, or if you know that you should go do something, go do it. Don't sit around and be somewhere you don't want to be, or you're not, happy in, or whatever it is. Go towards anything that makes you feel good, positive, loving, supportive. Go towards that. Because anything that is not, and anything that is not spiritually aligned with you or good, is not the place you want to be in, because they can just pull you down and just thwart your growth and you as a person. And also, either way, they're going to be taken out of your life at some point, or in that situation, whatever it is. So it's best to just go on and fly, go and use your wings and fly for the first time for some people. Because it's really not that bad or as scary as you think it is. And I know that there are certain things that are very hard and that you don't want to do, because trust me, I've been through a lot of things in life and experiences and situations that I did not want to go through. But I went through it. I fucking, fought for my life. I feel like that's been most of my life is I've been fighting for my life. Like, no, really, it's been, I think that's why they say like Capricorn warrior. Like I've always been a warrior of fighting for my life, fighting for the things I need to have in my life. And some people, they don't have to do that. For me, I do. But it's funny that there are people out there that are connected to me that feel like that as well. They just, but in a past life, I fought with these people. It's crazy. Like I actually, in battle, I fought with these people. And it's those people that I'm trying to find. And I'm trying to also find my soul tribe, find my people and where I am supposed to go. I know where I'm meant to go, and I know I'm doing what I need to do, but we're not going to get all the answers either. So it's going to be a 20 years of continuing to try to find the answer for all of this and gathering the things and the people and all of that we need to have in our lives at this time or even in the next 20 years. But this is why there's this feeling, there's this heavy feeling of knowing change and just a lot of people will know the feeling that I'm talking about of why, like where they need to go or they just need to go. And that's why you're seeing so many divorces right now. That's why you're seeing so many people leave their jobs. That's why you're seeing so many people doing things that you may think, oh my God, that person's crazy. Why did they do that? Or why did they leave that person? Why are they acting like that? Because that time has ended for that situation, that person, that marriage, that relationship. Like it's the time to get over the past. It's time to get done. We're done with the past. Like I'm telling you, we're done with the past. You don't want to fuck with the past. You really don't. Like bye-bye, like from everybody that no longer serves you. Bye. Like don't even no. So this is just a big time that people are now, they're going through everything in their lives and especially going through the past of like making sure like lessons learned basically and why you're at where you're at now. And this is just a crazy thing too for Pisces because Pisces are going to be the ones that help the collective the most because when shit starts changing for people, especially like financially and security and things like that, like the unstable part of it and the unknowing and not knowing, shit, Pisces has been through Uranus in the second house for the last decade, or I think even longer than that. Pisces knows exactly what it's like to deal with instability, not like the stable part, especially when it comes to finance. And it's not our fault. It's just something that we've had to learn in this lifetime and had to go through is, finding the people and the resources that can help us because that's just what it is. Pisces, we've had a rough time. We've had a fucking rough time. So has Scorpios, dude. Scorpios have had a Yeah, they've had it rough too, but you know what? They're done with their shit. They're done with their after this because yeah, this eclipse here, which is not even a bad one at all, and even the Mercury retrograde is fucking nothing. Uh Scorpios are about to go into their fucking best lives here, like soon, because they've gone through some bullshit. And Pisces as well is going through their fucking power, fucking, they're going at powerful. And then you know what's crazy is Pisces and Scorpio. Because people are like, oh, I don't like water signs. Who gives a fuck? You know, that's the other thing is I'm not one of me. No, but no, really, almost everybody has every sign in their chart somewhere. So the people that say, "Oh, I hate Pisces. Oh, I hate Gemini. Oh, I hate, you know, all that bullshit." They have it you have it in your chart. So you talk shit about Gemini, you have fucking Gemini in your chart. You just have certain signs that are more prevalent to the ones that you don't like, but you still have it in your chart. It's just funny how people go through that. They don't know astrology or they don't care to look into it to talk shit. But no, that's my Aquarius in me, really. That's why people always think I'm weird because I got Aquarius in my Venus, Mars, and Saturn. Yeah. Yeah. So Pisces and Scorpio, I've always thought the powerhouse. Even as couples, like if you have a couple that is Pisces and Scorpio, like big three, and you can have other, your top, what they say, top three, you could have other signs like Taurus, like I got Taurus moon, the other person could have a Scorpio moon or Libra moon, Aquarius moon, it doesn't matter. Top three, anyways. But Scorpio and Pisces literally is the equivalent to power couple, powerful. Pisces and Scorpio are because they're very different, but the depth and the feelings are mutual, and Pisces is always willing to go fucking deep, deep. Like I'm weird. I want to know everything about someone. Like I want to know everything. Everything. So that's why a little bit it's hard with Scorpios because like they're very secretive and they like being secretive. But it's funny because they're very intuitive. And it's funny that they think that, oh, nobody can read me. Oh, I'm so secretive. They're around Pisces. I can read you. I can read you fucking front to back. I know exactly what you're feeling. Even if you won't admit it, I know. And it's funny because they know too, because I'll be like, they don't know. They do know too, but they're a little bit stubborn. They think that nobody knows. We know. We know everything. They just don't know. All right. Anyways, it's been about an hour. I think I'm done talking for, today. But the main thing I wanted to put out today is go for the things that you need to go for and do. Take gambles on things. Doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Doesn't mean it won't happen later on, depending on what it is. You know, just don't fear anything of what you're doing or where you're going or who you're talking to or whatever it is. Just do it. Feels good, do it. If it doesn't feel good and you're doubting, going back and forth, don't do it. Wait, maybe just see. But yeah. Anyways, I don't know. I'll be back again this week or not. I really wanted to do a video with the me working out maybe, or not, maybe just the doing the stretching and stuff like that. But it really is just depends on how I feel with that and if I want to continue to maybe do another one like that or not. I'm just trying to feel out what I want to continue to do or not do, I guess is what it is. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great day and week if I'm not back. So I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.